The president was hit in the head.
I'm woven into a lot of people's conspiracy theories.
I think there's certain soft spots where she's lying.
You actually might find one of the real keys to the Kennedy case.
Ruth and Michael Payne are do-gooders whom nobody would have ever heard of if it hadn't been for the accident that one of the people they helped out in life was Lee Harvey Oswald.
One of the officers asked if he had any guns, and I said no.
There was a coup. You can't close the circle without the Paynes.
Who is likely to have wanted Kennedy dead? You'd have to say the CIA, but perhaps also the military as well.
It's not mom apple pie in America to think things like that.
A little poll here. How many of you people think there was a conspiracy?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
The Warren Commission withheld mountains of evidence from the public.
Everything I saw pointed to him and him alone.
She's been a disinformation agent.
The veneer has come off Ruth and Michael Payne. I mean, they're just not credible anymore.
All right, that's part of the trailer to Max Good's wonderful documentary on the assassination of Mrs. Payne, who passed away this past Sunday afternoon. Tuesday, I had heard the rumor that she had passed away, but it was a rumor, couldn't verify. We have since verified, and I think you might want to make an announcement about Tuesday, Mark. I'm not sure. This,
no, Tuesday we'll deal with this. We got Max Good coming on, so the whole show will be about her.
All right.
Yeah.
But
I don't want to just interrupt the news and do 2 minutes on her. I mean, we're going to do a whole show Tuesday with the unbelievable director, Max Payne.
Max
who,
Good.
What's that?
You said Max
Good, I'm
Payne.
sorry, who interviewed Payne, the pain in the ass. Well, he had told me that she had a stroke a year ago, so he thought this was inevitable this year because of her Ruth Payne's condition from the stroke, Eric. So she apparently was quite debilitating.
Well, strokes are a bad sign, and if you're 91 or 92, it can really slow things down.
Well, what I'm saying is there was no deathbed confession because she was like strokey. She was strokey. But I think Max can add more to that on Tuesday regarding Ruth Payne. But yeah, most of that stuff in there is true. I've always been fascinated by the lesbian films myself, but that's me. And I've always been fascinated by the love letters back and forth, which so-called quote unquote love letters between her and
Marina. Who maybe all who's left?
Well, I mean, there's children left. There's, other peripheral people left,
But I mean, of the time and of age. I mean, like children.
Wesley Buell Frazier. What about Frazier?
That's true.
Yeah.
We're getting really thin on the ground here.
Well, I mean, it's been a while since the crime, so I'm not surprised that people have passed on. But it's amazing, and I've always said this, it's amazing how long the deep state people live. And I've always have jokingly said they have the best health care in America. And that includes people like Joe Biden. That includes ex-presidents. I mean, secretaries of state. They never seem ever to die prematurely.
That's true.
It just, and you could say, well, they've got incredible health care, but it's almost like they're keeping them alive, as a deal with the devil.
It could be, but it could also be some of that selection criteria. Like you had mentioned these old, the families with the huge legacy, and she's a Quaker family. So I don't know. Maybe there's something about these are long living old stock.
Yeah. They tend to live a long time. As did she. Her husband died, I think, about 4 or 5 years ago. But Michael, but he had a long run too.
Yeah, he was in his 80s, late
80s. Yeah.
Yeah.
But none of them ever seem to get shortchanged through health or even violence, for that matter. They seem to have a smooth ride. Here's a woman who got kicked out of, I believe it was Central America, being outed by anti-protest forces who had come down to protest the Iran-Contra situation down there, and they outed her as a CIA operative and forced her out at the border. And that was in the 80s, having nothing to do with the Kennedy assassination. She did not have just one mission in life. She had other assignments. I mean,
a lot like Obama's mom, correct?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Marilyn, Dorothy Muret, and Marilyn Muret, and the Muret family, and they're not, one note people. There's multiple assignments you have to carry out. I mean, Ruth Payne's father was the head of an organization that nobody cared about until this year, and that was USAID.
Now, Michael's family, though, ties to John Kerry, right?
Through marriage. I'm not really sure the connection there through.
Oh, okay. I thought
through the Forbes family. Yeah.
Okay. Ruth Payne's garage is piping up saying that I'm still here. If anybody needs any evidence.
That's funny. Well, look, put it this way: when you got to get Posner out of the closet to come and say you were an American icon, you might have a problem.
Wasn't it fun seeing him in the preview?
Yeah, but he immediately made.
Oh, he was the one alerting everybody. So it's like, oh, okay. So
I mean, if Bugliosi was alive, I'm sure he might have beaten Posner to the punch. But now we just have Posner and a handful of other crackpots who are lone nutters out there keeping hope alive.
Well, he's going to be busy this year.
Who, Posner? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's going to be the guy upholding the myth.
Well, Ruth Payne still has those kids. Who one of them who lives up in that commune, I presume, up in Northern California. They've never spoken.
In a coven. From my understanding, one of her.
Yeah, one's into witchcraft. Yeah,
I mean, literally. Yeah. And I think she's in Maine or Massachusetts, somewhere Northeast.
And they have stayed out of the public limelight forever.
I don't blame them.
Yeah.
It's like.
Well, sometimes they pass the torch to a new generation. When they're about to die, they bring in the kids to continue the battle. But maybe not in this case. We'll see.
Yeah, she seemed to not want to battle, just to tease it.
Who, the mom or?
Yeah, Ruth.
Ruth. Yeah. Well, she was there for everything. I mean, the mock trials, every documentary, anytime there was any noise, someone dying, some investigation, I'm available. I could testify. I'm totally available.
She was there 2 years ago in Dallas, I think.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
for the 60th, she was on scene.
Yeah, she was a true believer. Let me tell you something. They got their money's worth out of Ruth Payne, the deep state. They really did. I mean, you talk about a woman never deviated from her story. We went by her house when we were there. It was closed, but it had that plaque outside. Ruth Payne's house. But somebody pointed something out. It was Robert Groden I was watching the other day, and he said nobody ever saw the gun. The actual weapon was never seen by anybody. In other words, it only appears if that is the gun, the Mannlicher Carcano, only appears when Dallas authorities present the weapon. No one else in the history of the world has ever said that she said she didn't see it. Michael said he didn't see it. Marina claims and then recanted that she saw it. She claims to Robert Groden that she never took the photos that were of Lee with the weapon, recanting her earliest statements. So it's kind of interesting as to where the weapon does appear from.
Magic.
Yeah, it's magic.
Magic bullet.
Magic bullet, magic rifle. We talked about last week about the rifle that was taken down from the roof through that ladder and part of Robert Groden's collection, which we'll get into in Dallas, Texas, November 22nd, 2025, with Bob Groden when we review his and our assassination films for the Lancer conference this year, Eric.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. And the tickets are flying off the shelves, but apparently they have a buffet going on. And
Really?
yeah,
I like
they just
that.
let me know that I guess the buffet's selling very well, and they're essentially saying, hey, yeah, if you want to get the buffet, when you're booking, you might want to get that ticket in
I see
for
what
the
you're saying.
buffet,
Right,
so that way
right.
you don't miss out on the opportunity.
Right
But
on.
either way you go, you can scan with your phone. We're going to be there, and use the code Untold10. The attendees keep growing. I mean, we used to have like
right.
1.5 columns, and now
Right.
we're at 2, almost 3 full columns.
Right.
More may be announced before you know it. So a lot of people are going to be there to see. Obviously, we'll be there, all doing presentations, and consider that buffet.
I will consider the buffet. In fact, I'll consider it right up to the moment I start eating it. There
you go.
As soon as
we had it last year. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
not last year.
The year before. Yeah. I'm down for the buffet. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I mean, Robert Grote and Eric, will present political assassination films through a Hollywood lens. There's probably about 20 films that we'll go over, maybe a little more.
I don't know.
A magical buffet.
Maybe it will be. Yeah.
Who knows? Some of the meatballs might disappear. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of stuff there, and a lot of people that you talk to and ask questions of, and even us. Although we have probably more access than anybody else in the United States in terms of audience interaction because of the show. I mean, most people these researchers don't get a chance to talk to anyone unless they're on a show like this, like Max Good coming on Tuesday with his wonderful film that we promoted when he came out with a wonderful film, which I strongly urge people to buy as a DVD. Don't let them touch your streamers. Get it as a DVD when Max comes on. Maybe he's got an Untold code that we could use for a discount. We'll talk to Max during the week. Maybe he can come up with something where these people, he may not have control over it because of licensing, but at least, we'll put the link up during the show where you could buy the Assassination of Mrs. Payne DVD, which I strongly urge you to do as opposed to watching it as a streamer on Amazon.
Absolutely. And I don't know for sure, but we'll have to ask him. He probably has his own site, and he maybe
maybe he does
something. Or, I don't know if he does or not, but we'll have to look into that.
We'll look into it.
Great guest. We've talked to him a couple times. He's been on the show. We talked to him,
and he's been at the thing.
Yeah, well, we actually have an in-person interview we released with him as well.
Okay. So, all right. I thought he was there. Yeah.
He's definitely everybody. Yes, Mark is blurry. We know it is what it is, but he sounds good. So hopefully the bandwidth comes through. Never know with the internet. It's always a challenge on that. But all right, so we'll pivot from one Kennedy to another Kennedy because it was a pretty damn busy day at Senate with Bobby.
Yeah, what the hell was going on over there, Eric?
Oof. It was contentious. I appreciate him because I'm so tired of seeing everybody all the time getting kicked around by people, but he was slinging back.
Yeah.
I mean, left and right. He was not taking anything lying down from what I saw. There was multiple exchanges. I have a thread. We can maybe go through some of the top exchanges. Let me find out.
I mean, I've never heard politicians scream like stuck pigs before regarding their protection of Big Pharma and Pfizer. It's just shocking.
It's almost like they had an incentive.
It's almost like they were being paid by Pfizer and Big Pharma. As RFK continues to point out in these contentious hearings, just how much money each one of them has gotten from Pfizer. I mean, you talk about shameless, Eric.
Oh yeah, it was. And some what I find remarkable is like whatever anybody wants to say about Bobby Kennedy, the dude is, I guess you'd almost say, a specimen. I mean, he is in really good shape. You see him doing these athletic things. He's really well built. I mean, for his age, he can keep up with Trump. Okay. Well, I was like, nobody can keep up with Trump when Bobby can.
Yeah.
And he's in great shape. So you have people like this guy who just look
Look
like
at this guy. Looks like one foot in the grave. There's crypt keeper here.
I don't think, Mr. Secretary, this is about you and me. This is about kids being pushed in harm's way by reckless and repeated decisions to get scientists and doctors out of the way and allow conspiracy theories to dictate this country's health policy. I don't see any evidence that you have any regrets about anything you've done or plans to change it. And my last comment is, I hope that you will tell the American people how many preventable child deaths are an acceptable sacrifice for enacting an agenda that I think is fundamentally cruel and defies common sense. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Reply, or Senator, you've sat in that chair for how long? 20, 25 years, while the chronic disease in our children went up to 76%.
Yeah.
And you said nothing. You never asked the question why it's happening. Why is this happening? Today, for the first time in 20 years, we learned that infant mortality has increased in our country. It's not because I came in here. It's because of what happened.
He's been here for 5 minutes.
That we're going to end.
He's been here 5 minutes, and they're blaming him we have probably the least healthiest of the industrialized countries in the world.
Absolutely.
And it's his fault. It's RFK's fault because he wants to stop the madness.
Absolutely. I mean, it is insane. And then you see that guy, and then when he hit him about 25 years ago, it's like,
oh yeah, that's like when he remembered. He had a flashback to 25 years ago.
Oh, what a freak. So this is a supposed Republican, Cornyn.
Oh, his days are numbered,
Seems to
right?
be one of the biggest problems that we have in America today is the trustworthiness of the information that we actually receive from the news media and from any other source. And obviously the easiest thing for our Democratic colleagues to do is to scare people because that is a powerful emotion, no matter what the...
Who's breathing? If somebody,
I don't know, but does his head look like a light bulb, or is it my internet?
As somebody who's follically challenged, I'm not going to step into that. Okay.
No, I mean the shape, I'm talking about the whole shape of his head and the light bulb look that he's got going there. He also looks like a deer in the headlights. He doesn't know what he's going to say here.
Yeah, and I don't know who is breathing in the mic. And somebody said, "Oh, is Eric breathing?" No, I'm not breathing in the mic, dummies.
I don't know
what the facts may be. Do you believe COVID-19 was politicized?
Yeah, the whole process was politicized. Senator, I mean, we were lied to about everything. We were lied to about natural immunity. We were lied to about, we were told again and again the vaccines would prevent transmission, they'd prevent infection. It wasn't true. They knew it from the start. It wasn't true because that's what the animal studies and the clinical trials showed. We were told that there was science behind cloth masks. The CDC allowed the teachers union to write the order closing our schools, which hurt working people all over the country, and then pretend it was science-based.
Yeah.
All of these issues, and then I can show you, like, for example, Chairman Wyden was talking about me politicizing ACIP. During COVID, probably the most famous scientist on ACIP was Martin Kulldorff from Harvard, the great world-renowned epidemiologist and vaccinologist. And he criticized the COVID booster mandates. They ejected him from COVID because he wasn't in the orthodoxy. The two biggest health officials at FDA during COVID, Dr. Groubert and Dr. Krause, criticized the Biden mandates, vaccine mandate. President Biden said in August, I would never take that vaccine, the Trump vaccine. And he came in, he mandated it, and then he fired the two top health officials at FDA who said, hey, this thing has not been properly tested. So the whole process was politicized, and even today.
So let me, in 15 seconds. So I think you answered yes. It was.
Yes.
That was a good answer.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't as bad. At least he was saying, hey, did they politicize it? So that wasn't an attack. No. Obviously, he is a Republican, so there's a chance. The Democrats, of course, pretty much were across the board attacking, Mark Warner, all down the line. This is Bennett.
Oh, the record that they're going to rely on to make these decisions, will you make it transparent for the American people?
All the evidence is transparent.
Will you make it in advance transparent for the American people so they can comment on it?
All the evidence is transparent for the first time.
It is now.
And you were never there complaining when the pharmaceutical companies were picking those people and then running their products through with no safety testing.
You can characterize it any way you want.
You just did, you nitwit.
Today. What I said was accurate.
No,
what
it wasn't.
Said were lies. You
are you saying, Senator,
moving the Titanic?
Senator, are you saying that the mRNA vaccine has never been associated with myocarditis or pericarditis in teenagers?
I am simply.
Is that what you're trying to tell us?
I am simply trying to say that the people that you have put on that panel, after firing the entire,
you're evading the question.
Whoa.
No, I'm asking the questions here.
No, I'm asking that
question. I'm asking the questions.
No, I'm
asking Kennedy. I'm asking the questions for Mr. Kennedy on behalf of parents and schools and teachers all over the United States of America who deserve so much better than your leadership. That's what this conversation is about, Mr. Chairman.
Senator, they deserve the truth, and that's what we're going to give them for the first time in the history of that agency.
I guess Bennett earned his check. Did Bennett earn his check from Pfizer this week, or?
I think they're all earning their checks, but I mean, you get to see that he is. I mean, Bobby's actually pissed. It's coming across that he's like, boom, and just going at him. Mark Warner, unfortunately, the senator in my state is.
Where's Bennett from? Colorado?
I don't know.
Okay, I figured.
I really don't. Sorry.
Do you accept the fact that 1 million Americans died from COVID?
I don't know how many died.
You're the Secretary of Health and Human Services. You don't have any idea how many Americans died from COVID?
I don't think anybody knows that.
Nobody
knows. There was so much data chaos coming out of the CDC, and there was so many perverse incentives. And these are modeled.
You don't know the answer of how many Americans died from COVID. This is the Secretary of Health and Human Services. Do you think the vaccine did anything to prevent additional deaths?
Again, I would like to see the data and talk about the data.
You have had this job for 8 months, and you don't know the data about whether the vaccine is safe.
And the problem is that they didn't have the data. The data by the Biden administration absolutely dismal.
So who is politicizing? You're saying the Biden administration politicized all the data?
No, really?
Cantwell just said,
fired Dr.
go to the Trump Surgeon General.
They fired Dr. Kraus. They fired all the people who questioned the orthodoxy. They fired Dr. Gruber, Dr. Kraus.
So, Mr. Chairman, the Secretary of Health and Human Services doesn't know how many Americans died from COVID. Doesn't know if the vaccine helped prevent any deaths. And you are sitting as Secretary of Health and Human Services? How can you be that ignorant?
Oh, this is a tough day. This he was confirmed by the Senate, right? I believe.
Yeah, he was obviously not by the Democrats.
No, but he was confirmed by the United States Senate.
He was
right.
He was. All right, so let's go on.
My favorite one was Halperin versus Spicer.
Hold on.
Okay, because that was fun this morning.
He lost a couple yes/no questions on this. First of all, Sean, will Mr. Barrasso and Mr. Cassidy continue to ask demanding questions, or was the hearing just kind of a one-off?
I think Barrasso will continue to ask demanding questions, but that's fine.
Okay.
I think Kennedy crushed it though yesterday.
What's that?
I told you yesterday. I think that there are two worlds in which this hearing is being looked at. Every single person in Maha world was excited about how well he did yesterday.
He contains multitudes, and I've spoken very favorably about a lot of his messaging. But I don't know how you can say he crushed it when he lied repeatedly and he was attacked repeatedly by Republicans. How can you say that's
repeatedly about Republicans? Barrasso and
Tillis and Cassidy, all three of them.
Cassidy,
all three of them called him a liar. In effect, all three.
Look at Dan on the right. It's like Dan is like
he's having a great time.
Yeah, he's like I got Mark. Sick of Mark.
Get him, Mark. Mark must have gotten a Pfizer check.
A danger to public health. So I don't know
I think
how the number
when you
2
look
Republican
at
in
how the
the
Democrats
Senate.
handled themselves, because I think I was embarrassed of both Virginia senators. What Tim Kaine said yesterday about our rights not coming from a creator was embarrassing. I mean, that was a separate hearing.
Wow, yeah, that was weird.
Look, I actually think he did a great job of pointing out the flaws in the CDC, the FDA, talking about what they've done in the past to undermine public health. So having this conversation is extremely important, and I thought he did a fantastic job.
So did I.
I've never been more dumbfounded by anything you said on the program.
Really?
Yeah, never.
Well, I'm just going to tell you. Then you need to open your aperture to a lot more of what's every single person that is.
Do you think
in the Maha movement?
Yeah. Do you think he lied yesterday?
About what? I mean, I don't know. I don't.
mean, you know what?
40. He lied about 40 things. I could name a couple if you'd like.
Well, give me one. But I think I didn't watch the entire hearing from.
He said you have access to the COVID vaccine if you want it. That is not true.
It is true. It is true.
How is that not true?
He's a liar.
Because
well, wait. But again, see, now you're twisting his words.
I
saw the exchange with Elizabeth Warren. He said you still have access, and she said not the same. Okay,
well, he said he never said more people were killed by the vaccine than died from COVID.
And by the way, you do not have access.
Hold on, could you freeze it right there for a second? Can you freeze it right there? Just go back to what Halperin said, because this is a bold-faced lie by Mark Halperin. I did a deep dive on this statement that Halperin makes here, and he says that RFK Jr. said more people died from the vaccine than died from COVID. That is an absolute fucking lie. There is no record anywhere on the planet Earth of him in any media saying that. And this is the number one lie that Halperin pulls out of his hat to offer to Sean Spicer as one lie. And this is a complete lie by Mark Halperin for reasons I have no understanding. Other than he's got children in New York, kids who are going to school. I mean, he might be obsessed in some vaccine circles in the Upper West Side where he lives, that this is a bridge too far. He later called RFK Jr. nuts. So apparently he has what we now know is RDS, RFK Jr. derangement syndrome.
Well, now keep in mind, he just started to get sponsors, Mark. So
yeah. That's right. That's right.
Every single person that is
do you think
in the Maha movement.
Yeah. Do you think he lied yesterday?
About what? I mean, I don't know. I don't.
mean, you know what?
40. He lied about 40 things. I could name
40. I think is funny.
Name a couple.
Yeah, the fact that he says 40.
Sure. Yeah, that's like, oh really?
I mean, it's such a smear, Eric. It's so McCarthyistic what he's doing. You know, he lied about 40 things. All right, give me one, you piece of shit. So he pulls one out, a complete bullshit story. And he gets caught on this. And I felt bad for Spicer, who was trying to be polite and not fight off these two screaming ninnies.
Well, and yes, the big thing is 40. How many Senate hearings have you seen? And you've seen the church committee, everything. Yeah. Even the worst liars on the planet, I don't think anybody has gotten anywhere near 40. 40
That's
is
insane. It's insane.
That's like how many senators did he actually talk to? And you're going to claim he said 40 lies in that sequence? It doesn't even make.
He's going to have to recant this. He's going to have to put out a statement, or his credibility is shot as a journalist. He cannot continue. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's going to, well, I'll go into a little bit more. I was looking into the comments of their show. And I mean, people like this show and they like the tone of it.
I like the show too.
Sounded like Mark has a personal issue with RFKJ.
Yeah.
RF Jr., a threat to Americans' health, laughable.
Yeah.
This is not an 80-20 issue. Blah, blah, blah. That's half of why we voted for Trump. Right. RFK crushed. Now I agree with Mark 99% of the time. He's way off RFK. RFK did an amazing job. Dan, RFK has the highest approval. This is every.
Look at the one there. It says, Mark, I don't think you calling RFK Jr. nuts is keeping with the ethos of this platform. I almost fell off the couch hearing him say that this morning.
Keep going. Look, disgusted with how he said. Dan is wrong.
Oh, I mean, thank you. I thought it was me.
Oh, no. This is his channel. These are, and there is no. I just wanted to share that because there's no break. It's not like back and forth. It was like Mark. Dan,
right.
Mark.
Well, it was so aberrational for the channel that I that's why I emailed you so quickly. I just thought I've never heard this here. This guy all of a sudden woke up and got a check from Pfizer, I believe.
And yes, Dan Friedrichs, this is Mark Halperin we're talking about, not Mark Groubert, who's here.
Hey, Daniel, stick with the program, huh? Pay attention. Get off the weed. Let's go.
But yeah, I wanted to share that fact with you because even his own audience is saying, hey, this is going against the ethos of the program. This is what the heck is going on? And I haven't seen Mark Halperin get that aggressive.
Mark H. Super aggressive, Eric, right?
I mean, he really is.
I mean, he was infuriated.
Right.
To the COVID vaccine, if you want it, that is not true.
Yes,
it's
it
not
is.
True.
It is.
No,
true.
it is
How
not.
is that not true?
Not the
He's
same.
lying,
And it's like Elizabeth Warren handed them the talking points.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
absolute. I could walk into Rite Aid right now here in LA and get the COVID vaccine. He is completely full of shit. What RFK Jr. is trying to take it away is from infants. Infants.
Yeah. No, that's fine. And by the way, it's like, well, why is Walgreens keep saying, hey, we got a vaccine for you. Come on over.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's so easily checkable. That's the unbelievable nature of this thing. These things are easily verifiable by the American public. There is a vaccine lobby fed by Pfizer money, and they've scared the shit out of single moms with kids. That's been their base, which used to be in wealthy neighborhoods that people can remember before COVID. There was an upscale elite mothers with children anti-vax group that was scaring the shit out of parents at the school level because they were anti-vax before COVID.
Yeah, Jim Carrey and his girlfriend.
That's right.
Involved with Jenny McCarthy.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny McCarthy was huge into that.
It was a huge celebrity elite cause.
It was like 2001, 2002.
Yeah,
I mean,
right up to COVID. Right before COVID.
So, yeah, it's.
But holy crap, did Mark go off the reservation today?
He sounded like a senator.
Senator Halperin.
I mean, Mark is a Democrat. We've talked about it. It's like he plays it down the middle, but boy, this one, it's
when it comes to deep state issues, that's where his family roots shine, because his father literally wrote the Pentagon Papers, and his brother David was the one who stole Kissinger's documents right off of Kissinger's desk in the Nixon White House. This family has a long history of deep state activity.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, wasn't he a neighbor of Hunt?
He's lived across the street from me, Howard Hunt.
Yeah,
their children played together.
Oh, there you go. Deep state, not us. Wow.
It's funny because there are certain issues where you get the phone call and you have to do their bidding. And that's why Halperin sounded so out of sync with Halperin himself, because he must have gotten the phone call, time to go to work, you piece of shit. This is what we're paying you for. And he opened up with a hatchet job this morning that was so uncharacteristically weird that it caught Sean Spicer off guard, and just sort of, that's my take on it. I mean, Spicer was like, what did I walk into here today?
Well, especially when he said, and all the time I've been on when he says that kind of, it's like, you mean out of every episode, this is the craziest? No, this is just another opinion here, dude.
Yeah.
Why are you reacting so strongly? And just like these senators, why so strongly? Why so desperate? I mean,
RFK points out that how much money every time Elizabeth Warren opens her mouth,
855,000.
Yeah, he says the number every single time.
Bernie.
And Bernie, my friend Bernie. Why did you take so much from Pfizer?
Even Bernie soft pedaled it a little. He's like, well, you mean to say that we all take from? It's like,
no, you fat fuck.
Well, no, he tried to. And he tried to include Bobby. He's like, when you were running for president, and Bobby goes, oh, you think I took money from Pfizer?
That's insane.
You think they were supporting me? And he was just laughing at that point. But
I mean, they keep in mind, this is the leading critic of big pharma in the United States, legally, in terms of lawsuits for the past 35 years. This is a guy who wrote a book that I highly recommend about Anthony Fauci. You will shit in your pants when you learn how damaging Fauci was to the American public going back into the 1980s with the AIDS crisis.
Absolutely.
That book should be mandatory reading of every kid in high school.
Yep, and he hasn't been sued yet, folks.
Nope. I mean, it's got 8 million footnotes in this book. It's got so many footnotes. The book has a separate book of footnotes. That's how thoroughly researched the Fauci book is.
It's on the same line as JFK book of the film, right? In terms of footnotes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's got more than that. It's got more than Oliver does.
Wow. Well, he is a lawyer, and he is bringing the case. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to shift to another part of the country. I don't know if you saw this. This is so disturbing. In Dearborn Heights, they have trotted out an optional.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Patch.
Let's talk to Al Gonzalez about this. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't want French. I don't want Latin.
Why don't you want French?
Why
can't you have French on there? How about Hebrew? Why don't they put Hebrew on there?
Exactly.
You think they'd have a heart attack on the MAGA right? Yeah, they don't
And
seem
the
to
left,
care about this shit.
Yeah, this is insane. When we have questions about Sharia law, and then you put Arabic text on a badge representing law and order, are you kidding? And then they say
They're
optional.
not kidding. Again, the American people are so, and I mean this myself included, are so fat and fucking lazy that unless somebody drops a fucking A-bomb on us, we're not going to do anything. These guys are very smart. They're very aggressive. They're very hip to our culture. And they know that they don't have to fire a shot or even get armed to take it over, Eric.
No, and by pulling this little stunt by saying optional, it's like, oh, yeah. And then how's it going to work for you? You're going to get a raise if you say, no, I don't want the optional. I want to have, it's like the peer pressure is going to push everybody into it.
Yeah.
And I get to see, the community members, officer, are afraid to speak to you because you seem to have a problem. You seem to be Islamophobic. What do you mean? Why would you say that? Well, I noticed that you don't have the badge. Well, I thought that was
not only that. I mean, if I was filing like this week on the Santa Monica Pier, a group of Palestinian demonstrators beat the living shit out of a guy for wearing a Jewish star. There were no police around. The police said they couldn't get there because it was a holiday weekend. There were too many people on the pier. There's tons of video of them beating the shit out of this guy. And if I was to say that a cop showed up wearing a hijab on her head, how would I report this to her, that I was beaten by Palestinian supporters because I was wearing a Jewish star? It might be a little awkward.
Yeah.
It might be a little awkward.
I totally agree, but
this is a clash of civilizations, folks. They have judges that are now letting people off the hook, as Eric and I reported, in that honor killing attempt of their own daughter. The judge gave them probation or some other bullshit sentence and turned it back to Sharia law. This is what the leftist judges are doing. They are operating on blatant two different justice systems. I mean, it would be like everybody gets their own justice system. Native Americans have to resolve their things in a reservation trial. The Quakers have to have their own trials in Pennsylvania. How do you operate a society like this?
True. Now with the Native Americans, because we have treaties and reservations.
Oh yeah, but they do have legal rights, absolutely. But murder is murder.
Right. Well, and they do have, FBI does work with them, and obviously some of that comes through. But find that very disturbing. While we're talking about the Islam influence, let's shift to New York.
Oh boy.
Bill Ackman apparently has shifted his.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, he was backing Eric Adams. He endorsed him, and now he's reversed, and he went to Cuomo. And that has surprised a lot of people. And a lot of people are like, okay, good. Does this mean finally we're going to push Adams out of the race, etc.? Yeah, maybe not. Because as of this afternoon, literally moments before the show started, here's Eric Adams.
Oh, no.
And let's see.
First of all, thanks for coming out.
All five of you.
To New Yorkies. I want to speak directly to you.
That's me.
There has been so much speculation, communications, announcements of what I'm doing, no matter what I have stated over and over again publicly. So I want to be clear with you. Andrew Cuomo is a snake and a liar.
That's classy.
Race, and I'm the only one that can beat Mamdani. Andrew has had a career of pushing black candidates out of races.
Really?
You've heard me say it over again. Carl McCall, Charlie King, David Patterson.
He was blind.
Wasn't David Patterson with his father? What does that have to do with Andrew? Did Andrew push David Patterson out of New York?
No, I think it might have been at one point he became the blind governor, wasn't he?
Right, but wouldn't that be Mario Cuomo who pushed?
No. I think Andrew succeeded him as governor, is what he's saying. So maybe he beat him in the primary or something. I'm not really sure.
His career that must stop with me. This city can't go backwards, New York.
All right, so there you go.
He's polling at 7%. What does he want anybody to do? He's at 7% in the polls. Either get out, because the rumor this morning was he would accept an ambassadorship to Saudi Arabia. That was floating around all morning, and I don't mean he's got to go to Saudi Arabia. He could stay in New York and be the ambassador at the UN or something or work in our embassy or something. I don't know if he's not willing to go to Saudi Arabia. I don't think.
Well,
but he's got to get paid.
I guess it's Mayor Mamdani. I mean, that's it, though. Him going in there and knifing him like that, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
So he not only said, "Oh, I'm not getting out," but Cuomo's a racist. So he just sicked the entire black community. It's over.
The only way this would work, as I said 15 times on this show, is to have the Department of Homeland Security enforce the application for naturalization citizenship that Mamdani lied on and deport him back to Africa where he came from a couple of minutes ago. That's it. I don't know what's holding it up unless they want to do it afterwards. I don't know if they've lost their nerve. They're afraid to do it. They seem to be rather bold in every single other area. Let him tie it up in court. Let him, fight in the courts to the Supreme Court if that's his case. But I would invoke, the fact that he lied on his naturalization citizenship, that he was not a member of any political party when he was certainly a member of the Democratic Socialists of America Party in 2018. It's a blatant lie. Pull the plug on this guy. I mean, this is just getting crazier and crazier. In fact, if you pull the plug on him now, you would affect the election probably better than this trying to force these guys out with some sort of jobs.
True. Somebody's talking. Pew Pew's impressed with your shirt. Mark wore this shirt to the last JFK Lancer conference. That's
I did?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while. Yeah. So, yeah. I was just thinking about Ruth Payne, so I put it on this morning.
It's a fun shirt. It's like a Planet of the Apes combined with the Assassination.
Roddy McDowell combined with Jack Ruby. I don't even know what it means, but I had to have it. I just had to have it.
It's a crash of culture in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, so that's over. I was told about this story and I had to share it. Do you remember the Publishers Clearinghouse?
With Ed McMahon? Yes.
Yeah, and the big old checks.
This is Ed McMahon from Publishers Clearinghouse.
And you know what? It was a great deal, right? The people, they won. Not only they won $5,000 a week forever.
For life.
Except they went bankrupt. And so everyone who won $5,000 a week, forever has come.
Well, I thought there might have been like the lottery, an option to take less money entirely up front.
I don't know, perhaps,
because they do that with the lottery, where you could take less in one lump sum, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would do the lump sum because I don't trust that money's going to be around in 15 years.
Yeah, well, this guy here, John Wiley, every January for the past 12 years, Publishers Clearinghouse deposited a prize payment of $260,000 into the bank account. But this year, the money never came.
Damn.
In April 2025, Publishers Clearinghouse filed for bankruptcy.
Damn. You know why? They had no incoming money. They didn't create anything.
No. I mean,
it's insane.
Yeah. I mean, think about that for a second. That is Okay, somebody's saying that they would give a lump sum. I would encourage anyone with any of these, get the lump sum
Get the
and
lump
put it into
sum,
account of
yeah.
your own, and then it can pay out or
It may
put in
be
an
30 or
annuity or
40%.
something.
Yeah, maybe 30 or 40% less, but nevertheless, you control it. Like the DVDs. You get the DVDs, get the lump sum. These are my unspoken truths.
If somebody said get the lump, well, yeah, he didn't get the lump sum. He just got the lump.
Yeah, there was a guy, this black school bus driver in New York, who won the lottery. He was 65. He had just retired, and he hated his life, and he wanted to retire with his wife. She passed away the year before from cancer. The year after he retires, he hits the lottery, and he was completely embittered. I remember that guy. He said, I hated my job. I did it till I got to 65. Where was the money when I was 35? I can't even enjoy it with my wife. She's dead now. Go fuck yourselves. He was like this old black bus driver who was just embittered. I mean, it was a fantastic human nature story.
I guess. How sad. I mean, it's like
there's also a documentary of all the different winners who ended up on the balls of their ass.
Many.
There's a documentary just about that of all the people who burned through all the money as quickly as they could.
Well, there's a high percentage of people who did, and I could see why, because I was sitting there for jury duty of all things, and they had Home and Garden Television playing on. I don't know why, but the show was lottery winner makeovers, and so it's these people who win lotteries all over the place. And they're dumping, hundreds of thousands of dollars into their house or whatever it is. And I'm like,
oh, weird.
Well,
I'd watch
there goes
that
money. There goes that money. Well, the guy who won the $1 billion has bought 4 estates or 5 estates or whatever, like in California, all over the place. It's like, yeah, that money's gonna not hold up too long.
Right.
So I don't know. I think that it's really difficult for people to win the lottery who are not prepared to win the lottery. They've never handled money responsibly.
Well, that's who plays the lottery. I mean, who do you think plays the lottery? It's people on, desperate to, to get a shot and make it,
Well, and that's what it is. I mean, I've heard lottery called painless taxation of the poor.
Well, in some states, here too, it's mandated to go to education. So I know you're making that face, but by law, that's what it's mandated to go for. How it gets there or doesn't get there is subject for an entire separate episode.
Well, I know. I was just thinking that. Okay, so let's talk about mandated to go to education. How this overburdened things that's going to suck all that money off of the top. It'll never get down to the students. But
I'm saying that's a discussion for another day. But I'll tell you this: in Europe, it funds their entire film industry. And including in Canada and in Amsterdam and in England, all of those films that you see, the indie films are funded by the film boards of those countries, and that is funded by national lotteries. And they have a committee of veteran filmmakers who approve projects in their infancy and then guide them along to their fruition. But the money comes from the people. And this has been thrown out as an alternative to our crazy film industry. But here, the money from lotteries goes towards, generally speaking, towards education. And I'm speaking generally. But in Europe and Canada, Australia, all of those films are funded by lottery.
I like that.
Right. Except there's downsides to that, too. You've got these veteran filmmakers who have friends and funnel the money corruptly to their friends. Okay, I'm just saying there's downsides to both, Eric.
Right, but you know what though? What I see about it is I see it as not an endowment, not a national endowment fund paid for the government. I'm just thinking, okay, so if you have a lottery and people want to go play the lottery, and that can fund things that might have been funded by the government by taxpayer money. I like the idea of offsetting where taxpayers no longer pay for that. There's a lottery, and if you choose to go play that lottery, hey, go for it.
Okay.
So I'm good with that. And yeah, it's corrupt and everything else. Super duper. I don't know if you saw this. I didn't get deep into it, but apparently Newsmax is suing.
Yeah, what
Fox
is this
News.
about? I saw this on Newsmax last night. I don't know what the suit is about, though.
Well, it's alleging that the conservative media powerhouses illegally sought to suppress a smaller challenger's growth in cable news. They have, I guess, agreements, all of them in confidentiality secrecy, that they're to block Newsmax and other competitors from the waves. And I could see that where they're like threatening, like, oh, if you do that, we're going to pull Fox News. You know, they can do some dirty pull with the cable companies.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see how it works out, because I have been curious. Why is it that Fox is almost always alone? Like you have MSNBC, CNBC, all
I know.
CNN, but Fox, there's only Fox.
Yeah,
and if they could prove it, I wouldn't mind, seeing that go. I like competition. I would like to see different.
Well, there's Greg Kelly right back there. He's one of the faces of Newsmax.
Right, and you watch Newsmax.
I watch it every day.
I don't think you watch Fox at all, other than Sundays,
never.
Right? With Maria.
I just watch Maria Bartiromo on Sunday morning futures, but I watch the full lineup. I watch Finnerty. I watch Greg Kelly. I don't watch what's her name, the Scientologist, Van Susteren. But
she used to be on Fox.
I know. No, I know. Yeah. Well,
Greg Kelly was too, actually.
Yeah, all of them might have been connected to Fox at one point, but now it's a separate network.
Yeah, I think it would be good to have Fox, OAN, and Newsmax.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're all growing. They're all growing. Yeah. I think Newsmax just went public. It is growing leaps and bounds.
Now, by the way, Maria, who you do watch on Sundays, you know who else watches her, right?
Everybody. Trump watches all of these. I mean, he watches all the ones that I mentioned. He watches Greg Kelly. He watches Finnerty. He's watching everything. He's like Big Brother. He watches everything in the United States. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, does this guy ever miss anything? All of a sudden, something happens and he's on it. I think he has a big circle of people who are advising him.
I think so, but I know for sure that he watches her religiously. Spicer talked about that, because they were talking about one time and they were like, no, how is it she gets these big guests? Because her numbers aren't that great. And Spicer said, yeah, but she has one audience member they all want to reach, and that's Trump. So everybody gets on there so they can get to Trump through her show. Just kind of clever. But speaking of watching everything, I really don't know that I completely understand this.
Yeah, I don't understand this. What is this about?
I do have a clip here of them explaining why they're doing it. So let's see.
Okay.
See if we agree, because on the surface, I'm kind of going, no, but.
We won World War I and we won World War II, not with the Department of Defense, but with a War Department.
Okay.
We're focusing our military on its core mission, crushing America's adversaries.
All right, so it's just an ad.
What's their rationale? Did you?
I don't know. I thought that might have showed the rationale.
Okay.
I had a chance to get there, but okay. The anti-war president wants to make sure the Department of Defense is named the Department of War.
Doesn't make any
Help
sense.
me understand.
I don't understand. I thought it went back and forth. I was under the misinformed impression that when we were at war, we called it the Department of War, and when we were in defense, we called it the Department of Defense. Now I don't know.
I think it was always the Department of War until after World War II, and it was just renamed and stayed Department of Defense.
I don't know why I thought that, but okay.
Yeah, because was Secretary of War, but no, it was always that. But
is that true with Secretary of War and Secretary of Defense? Something went back and forth when we weren't at war. I don't know if it's the Pentagon or the Secretary's title. Maybe people in the chat know. I don't have that access.
Well, from my understanding, it's the War Department all the way to post World War II. Then it became
right. But what about the Secretary of Defense? What about that job title?
Same thing. It was
Okay.
the job.
I don't know where I got that from. I'm going to have to look it up when I get home.
Yeah, definitely look at it. But I'm just going. Out of everything we have going on, that feels like a distraction to me, and
he might have some cockamamie logic that we don't know about yet. So, I mean, we got other bigger fish to fry. I don't know why he's frying this fish. You know, this needs congressional approval too.
Yeah.
I mean, you really want to waste your time with this?
Well, exactly. I mean, it is. That's why it feels like a distraction.
Well, that being said, from what I understand, J.D. Vance is is saying that they're not going into Chicago with troops, but now I hear New Orleans is the next city on the list.
Oh, you know how I feel on that, but
how do you feel? I mean, it's a red state. I mean, maybe.
Well, okay, the red state and all of that. It's funny because the Democrats like to say, "Well, look at Louisiana's crime because they're a red state, but it's blue cities."
Of course, I know. That's absurd. That's an absurd argument.
It's a bullshit
argument.
But
but this mayor in New Orleans is about to go to jail, so there is some logic to the city is completely out of control without leadership and crime in New Orleans. I think they're number 3 this year. Sometimes they're number 1. Sadly, they've fallen back from their traditional schedule. I think I don't know what the current schedule looks like of league leaders. Is Chicago 3rd now on the list? The murder rate
Memphis is way ahead of Chicago. But again, I don't know the latest stats.
The latest stats. It does alter, but those are the top 10 are usually the same. In
other words, they just Virginia Beach is on the list. I was like, ooh.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, I know. I mean, especially being nearby, I'm like, oh, really? Oh,
well, keep your head down.
I just keep my my traveling circle narrower. I know it's getting worse, but I don't know. One question: did the governor of Louisiana ask for him to come in? Because if he did, then maybe
that part.
But well, you know, it's like in Chicago, you have the mayor saying, "Please don't." You have the governor of the state saying, "Stay the hell away." Okay, so stay away. I don't need my tax.
Why should I listen to them?
Well, I don't need to spend my money on that stupid ass state.
No, but they are merely figureheads in a state that has about 30 to 40% Republicans in it. I mean, I don't listen to some nut job who happened to win the election. I mean, that's not the metric I want to use.
Well, again,
we had the poll last week.
We had the poll and
forget about it. We got to move on. We can't have
exactly.
The poll
so, all right. This is Trump responding. You know that Venezuela flew a couple jets.
I didn't know that. I saw the American flag. Is that like a fake out or an FU or what's the deal with?
One of our ships was at sea and the couple jets buzzed it or was kind of nearby or something. But here's his response to that today.
Well, I would say they're going to be in trouble. We'll let them know about that. We heard that happen, but it wasn't really over. Not like they described. But I would say, General, if they do that, you have a choice of doing anything you want. Okay. If they fly in a dangerous position, I would say that you can, you or your captains can make the decision as to what they want to do. All right. Sure.
He essentially gave plans to shoot them out of the sky.
War Games Part 2.
Yeah, so this is
well, this is in Venezuelan airspace or international?
No, it's international waters.
International waters.
Yeah, so that starts to get touchy. And he also, you know, he shot down the drug smugglers ship. That's kind of controversial right now too, with some, you know, in terms of
because of location or because of what's the main complaint?
The main
no due process. You can't just blow them out of the water.
Yeah, in general, we don't just shoot people
out.
Well,
didn't Obama drone this guy and his son in the middle of
right? He droned civilian or citizens
in Lebanon or something. And when he was president, he was droning civilians
or citizens,
American citizens, not Venezuelan drug dealers, for Christ's sakes.
No, I understand that, but I do understand the extra legal question of it. It's like I don't know. It's a good question. Scott Adams had an interesting reaction to it though. He put out this tweet with 2 pictures. Thank you, Mr. President. Promises kept.
What is that?
All right. Well, I'm going to explain it. That's a ship.
Okay.
This is his stepson who died of a fentanyl overdose.
Scott Adams' stepson?
Yes. Yes.
I gotcha. Okay.
And then this is the boat that had the fentanyl in it that was shot out. So
yeah, well,
was
it sends a
his
message.
reaction.
I mean, you couldn't send a better message. You know, when the second ship was launching, nobody really wanted to be the pilot.
That's true. I don't have much sympathy for drug dealing, TRA or whatever members, or TDA, I guess, members, but there are actual questions of just, shooting people 1,000, were they an imminent threat from 1,000 miles away?
Well, they
Yes
claim
or
to have
no?
intelligence recordings of their discussions. You may want to play that and translate it for people like Hunley. I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying you may want to release the audio that they have, or claim that they have, Eric, of them talking about their mission.
Absolutely. I mean, I want to know that they had justification. That's good. And if they did, oh, okay. If they have proof of something, but it does get a little bit.
No, not to me. I'd say blow them out of the water. Let's go. Use your intelligence, track them, tape it in case you have to go to court, keep the evidence, and blow them out of the water.
Yep. Well, fair enough.
I mean, you took Noriega out of office for drug smuggling and put him in a federal prison in Miami, for Christ's sakes. Maduro is no different than Noriega in my book.
Okay, well, there is a little bit of a difference there. Yeah, I think there was a trial.
I'm not saying don't have a trial, but I'm saying
I'm just saying that it was a boat shot out. I'm all for it. Get Maduro, put him on a trial, and do that.
I'm saying there's a precedent for it with Noriega.
Well, yeah, with arresting a person and taking them out. A drone strike or a missile strike from 1,000 miles away, taking them out, that's a little different. So
wait, you're saying taking out Maduro with a drone strike?
No, I'm saying taking out the boat with a drone strike, or Maduro with a drone strike would also be
I didn't say
situation.
Take out Maduro with a drone strike. I'm saying arrest Maduro and put him on trial. Okay, just to be emphatic about it.
Right. Okay. I know. I agree. I hope that he does get arrested. Good luck. I saw this article and I had never heard anything about it. But one question on it. So you got panic spreading as the main residents are affected by deadly. Well, I guess they have a giant problem with tuberculosis. My question is, I didn't know that was the world's deadliest disease. I thought malaria was the world's deadliest disease.
I don't know statistically today what the world's, because some of them are in remission, but maybe of the active diseases statistically, you know what I mean? Like,
well, I always thought it was malaria. I don't know. It's like,
what about the bubonic plague?
Well, the bubonic plague, it exists, but it's very low numbers. I think that's
right. I'm saying this might be a statistical anomaly here. I mean, how many people in Maine have contracted tuberculosis?
Well, it's saying there's an uptick of cases in the U.S. of 10,347. That's
okay. So it exists, quite a few. Right? Sounds like another ad for COVID. I mean, for Pfizer.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
It's saying,
it's too easy.
That's a high fatality rate, killing up to half of patients if left untreated or unvaccinated.
Right. There's the key word. You had it there, Hunley. There you go, brother.
Yeah. Far above the fatality rate for COVID, below 1%. Measles, 10% for untreated. And Legionnaires, also around 10%.
It sounds like a vaccine ad. There's some scary lung photos. Portland Press Herald. This sounds like Pfizer's cranking it up. Front page of the LA Times today, COVID on the rise in LA Times.
Yep.
Not surprisingly, the same week that RFK Jr. is testifying on the Hill. Call me conspiratorial.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that was definitely a game.
I think Trump is going to do away with advertising, TV advertising for Pfizer and the big pharma. I think that's coming.
I'd be good with that.
So am I. I'm totally good with it. We're the only country that hasn't.
No, New Zealand.
Oh, sorry. New fucking Zealand.
It's very odd.
Yeah, it is odd that and possibly a country that they've owned since the end of apartheid, South Africa might be a country where anything goes in terms of big pharma. They literally run that country.
Yeah. It could well be. Let's see what happens with it. By the way, when we're banning the ads for pharmaceuticals, I really wouldn't mind if lawyers too, because they came about at the same time. Remember?
Yeah, doctors, lawyers. It's the same time. Doctors too, Eric.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, offering a
Dr.
service.
Drew is on there in a white lab coat selling that blue package that I bought. I don't even know if he knows.
Oh,
what's
is that
in
that
there.
methanol blue stuff that Bobby Kennedy?
No.
The
It's the company that.
That we used to do ads for.
Yeah. That a bunch of us have. He's now the spokesperson in a lab coat with I think Peter McCullough.
Well, I know McCullough was involved, and
the two executives for the company now.
Oh boy.
But anyway, it would, as somebody pointed out, Pfizer, when they advertise on the CBS Evening News, is not looking for you to run down to the store and buy Pfizer products like it. It's a car commercial where you can metrically study the results of buying 60-second spots on the evening news if you're selling cars. With Pfizer, it is a payoff to the editorial news that you will not be talking about Pfizer. Most people realize this. Nobody's running down to Target to go, give me all the Pfizer products. I just saw an ad on 60 Minutes. That's not what's happening, folks. And that's why they're talking about banning these, because it's not an ad. It's more of a payoff, Eric. Now, that being said, there's breaking news happening about CBS News now.
Oh, you're talking about the buying. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, the
Barry Weiss story.
Free press. Yeah. Okay.
She may end up being in charge of CBS News.
Well, they're paying $200 million for her.
They're not paying for her stuff that she has online, because that news is old news. They're paying for her.
Yeah, her and her people, her talent.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's a lot of money. It's like, whoa, they're serious about that.
Well, the only question that hasn't been answered yet is, will she have cleaning house powers? And if so, she will clean house. That's the only question. What are they paying for with her?
I don't know.
In other words, it's not content. The content's not evergreen. The content is just old news. So it's her and her staff taking over.
They're buying integrity.
But I'm saying they're taking over the CBS News industry that CBS has created is what they're paying for. And the questions now being bandied about internally is, will she have the power to hire and fire?
I don't know that she even needs to. And let me explain why. If she goes in and suddenly, she's in charge, she's saying, okay, 60 minutes, these are the standards, and they'll quit. I mean,
some will. Many will say, "Fuck you! I'm making $3 million a year. Go fuck yourself."
Okay, and then they will.
I'm going to undermine you. Okay, but who hires and fires? It goes back to the original question. She has to demand that, or it undermines her integrity and operation. She could be the head of president of CBS Evening News, and they all just say, "Go fuck yourself. Who cares? We're not going to follow anything she says." She's not going to take that job unless she's got editorial control. Just my opinion.
Sure.
I don't have any insight on this. I don't think that somebody of her caliber is willing to be a figurehead of the CBS Evening News.
I doubt she will be, but I'm saying that they will be, the Scott Pelley's of the world are going to be so upset that.
I think you're being too rational and dealing with these guys who make a ton of money. They may be fucking upset, but not upset enough to give up their third house in the Hamptons. They're going to have to be wrenched from the powers of news control by their cold, dead hands.
Maybe. I mean, I hope, that she brings in Cheryl Atkinson. Bring her back to CBS.
That would be
as an example.
And that other chick who got fired by CBS used to be on Fox with the short hair.
South Africa? Wait, no.
She was short white hair. Used to be on Fox, went to CBS, and then she got fired by CBS also.
Okay,
I forget her name. People in the chat may know her name.
There was another one with CBS who got hurt.
Well,
we can't say the term
No,
online.
you're talking
but,
about Logan. That's a separate story.
yeah, but that would be another one to bring back possibly. Or
Okay. Well, again, but
Catherine Herridge.
Herridge is what I was thinking of. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean that'll be good. It's funny or interesting to see though that Barry Weiss, a member of the intellectual dark web.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that as a
Yeah,
thing.
of course.
Being at CBS, it's like, wow.
No kidding. I almost fell off the couch when I heard this. I mean, this is part of the Skydance David Ellison deal that Trump extracted from Sherry Redstone in this lawsuit. These were part of the extractions that he got in that lawsuit. Now we're starting to see it implemented, in my humble opinion.
And if Ellison is anything like his dad, I'm sure that he'll give her green light to clean house.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's not like his sister who is completely woke. I mean, it depends. I don't know. It's the same thing with the Murdochs, Eric. You know, the kids have different political views.
That's true. I mean, you can't account for crazy children. That is for sure. Speaking of television, while we're on it, I don't know if you saw this. HBO, more name games. So you remember how they were HBO Max, then Max, now HBO.
Is what? Is back?
It's HBO again, yes.
Oh, right.
And now they're renaming their channels. So it's going to be going with
I see.
HBO 2 is now HBO Hits. HBO Signature becomes HBO Drama. HBO Zone is now HBO Movies. More Max is now. Oh, Cinemax is back. Hey,
thank God.
Cinemax is back.
I love Cinemax. You know, it's not going to change the quality.
I used to call it.
It's not going to change the quality of the content, though. The problem is content, not the names.
I know. It's a desperation move, I think.
Yeah,
when you start changing names, it's like, okay, that you're desperate.
Right. I mean, you're really desperate, bro. I mean, there's too many Baz Luhrmann films and not enough Bond movies.
All right. By the way, rest in peace. Mark Volman, a founding member of Happy Together, the Turtles, just passed away.
Oh, you know what? One of the first 45s I ever bought was the Turtles. I mean, it was within the first 5 45s I ever bought, and it was Happy Together. Oddly enough, and this guy Mark Volman was a founding member of the Turtles. A rather friendly band. They did the Bob Dylan cover, "It Ain't Me, Babe." Then they covered Eleanor. I mean, they were a fascinating '60s group. They really were.
Weren't they part of that California movement?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Time?
Yeah.
Laurel Canyon, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, rest in peace. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I guess he just passed away today. And speaking of passing away, I don't know if you saw Jack Osborne slammed Roger Waters. Roger Waters was mouthing off about Ozzy.
And God. What, did Ozzy play Israel or something?
No, he was just saying that he didn't like him. It was garbage. And so Jack Osborne is like, well, my dad always thought you were see you next Tuesday. And it turns out he was right, obviously.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think everybody agrees with this about Roger Waters. I mean, this guy is disliked by everybody except the people who hate the Jews. He's their leader. I don't care about
his audience is getting even thinner there. It's sad. It's like people are like, just ask the band. They feel the same way.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to say that. Yeah,
Polly Sampson, I think, especially. I mean, David
Gilmour's
wife.
You're talking about Pink Floyd.
Right. David Gilmour's, also Pink Floyd. His wife, I think, is Polly Sampson or something like that. She despises Waters.
He's a prick. He's a nasty Jew-hating prick.
Yeah, he's really, really, really mad. But you know what is always good? Super chats are always good. And I sent you something about that.
What was that?
Trump has done us a favor. And everybody, just so you know, no taxes on tips. And a super chat is a tip. Yes.
Super chats are tips. What that was. Right on,
so
Trump.
It's like,
way to go.
So right now, the only taxes we have to pay on tips are to YouTube, to Apple, and to Google if it's on Android. But if you're on a computer, we're only having to pay the tax to YouTube.
Well, by the way, getting back to your Google story, I saw the prosecutor on with Finnerty talking about now she's going to work on chopping them up. That this is only the first part, Eric. That they have another trial starting in September. That's what she said. There's additional trials going. I didn't know where this thing was, but she came on and talked about the victory over Google, despite that Obama judge ruling what she ruled. There's a separate couple of trials coming up involving Google. So it's just getting started, she said.
All right. Well, we'll have to see what actually happens.
Keep an eye on that in your tech world.
Oh, I definitely will. Especially because some of it is kind of like fighting yesterday's battle.
Yeah.
When they're already into tomorrow's
no, you're right.
technology.
You're right.
Like Microsoft. Remember when Microsoft got found to be a monopoly?
The baby Bells. When Bell was broken up, technology was already advancing.
Right, and it was like too little, too late. I mean,
yeah, that's
they. You know what
they can do about that?
They haven't broken anybody up since the Bells. I think.
I know.
I know. And I think part of the reason is because it's been a failure. And by the way, the breakup of the Bells is like AT&T and Verizon, all that. They're just merging again.
Yeah. Well, they can stop mergers. They also have the power to do.
Well, they do.
Decide. Yeah.
Like they stopped the merger between AT&T and T-Mobile.
Right.
As an example, but it's not happening that well. But all right, Shane Fields is a new member. Thank you very much. Dick Dickerson. Hey, Mark. FYI, don't get any notifications for your solo show. Damn you!
Who gives a shit?
YouTube
I love you, Dick. I love you, Dick. You know what time it is? When the show comes on, that's the time it's on. The same time every week. I don't understand this notification stuff. I know that when Eric's show is on. I know when Viva's on. I don't need a notification. I don't understand it, Eric.
People lose track of the time.
Oh, come on! How stoned do you fucking feel like you are, Dick Dickerson? I mean, get a break. It's Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Jesus Christ. There's your notice. You happy now? Thanks for the $4.99, by the way.
Okay. All right. David Pilley from the UK. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Yes,
that's not so far-fetched.
Yeah, their vice prime minister out. I think it's vice prime.
Yeah, what happened? What happened there?
I guess it was
coming after the
I think there were some investigations on her or something, but I never have read into it. I know that a lot of people in England are happy though.
Okay, then I'm happy. If they're happy, I'm happy.
If we could just get Starmer next.
Oh yeah, but that story you brought up last week about the guy who was arrested, the comic, which I never heard of, but that's
Graham Linehan. He's a legit.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about this guy, but he was arrested right after he got off the plane.
Yeah, from U.S.
with armed police.
Yes.
Boy,
Yeah,
so it's
and they don't arm their police there. They managed to find the armed police to handle this goofy-looking Irish comic writer.
This is officially a totalitarian state at this point. It is. It's North Korea, bro. I'm sorry. It's North Korea that drinks tea.
I'm just saying. Can you please just hold it together until I visit in October? And then
I'm sorry, you're lucky to get out of there alive. You better not bring your laptop. They're going to look through it and take you into custody.
Yeah, that's what encryption's for, buddy. But anyway, Dick Dickerson gifted 10 America's Untold Stories memberships. Thank you, Dick, very much.
There was some guy last week who I made a joke that he was the great grandson of David Irving as a joke, and he was caught off guard by that. I'm sorry about that. It's just a running joke that we do here when you have a famous name.
Yeah, Mark is riffing. That's like I brought the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes, and if Steve McMahon, who was on Super Chats before, his name would come up as
I would have done
McMahon's
the same
relative.
I would have done the same thing. David Irving was on my mind. David Irving is I think still alive.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another probably a deep.
My Apple Watch tells me it's time to stand. Do I have to listen to this watch?
Oh, you got an Apple Watch?
I'm looking, it's telling me what to do. I said, don't listen to Hunley. Time to walk around, burn some calories, you fat bastard.
Yeah,
I don't think Apple should be telling me that.
It's 10 minutes before the hour. It is always going to tell you.
Oh, is that true?
10 minutes before the hour, remind you to stand up and do something.
It's 10 minutes before the hour. You're right. All right, I'm dismissing that. Okay. Good
and it'll do it 12 times a day. Your goal is to stand up off your ass at least 12 times a day.
Oh, that's helpful.
Don't get welded to your desk, blah, 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 blah. But
Gotcha.
Congratulations on your new watch.
I don't wear it every day, so it starts to turn on me saying you didn't complete your rings. I didn't know what that meant, but it started to call me names. I don't think that's right. I don't think calling me a fat bastard is going to help hearing that from Tim Cook.
Yeah, it's obviously worked for me. Dustin Russell. What? Come on, Bobby.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby Kennedy, come on. I mean, look, who knew that Bobby Kennedy would end up being the head of HHS? I did not see that coming. And I'll tell you something else. Trump was not really that forceful in backing him this morning in the Q&A.
No, he was a little nervous.
He didn't sound very, very strong behind him. I was a little caught off guard by that.
Well, he is very busy with all of his tech friends who are at the
his new tech friend. How did Zuckerberg? I mean, Laura Loomer's head was going to explode. What is the deal? I mean, if you're a tech guy and you kiss his ass, you're back in?
Anybody who kisses his ass, you know that.
No, I know, but these are people who literally vowed to destroy him 5 seconds ago.
Well, we're lucky he's not hiring them.
Yeah.
Because he will. Well, we've talked about that before. Did you forget who we're talking about here? He is.
Is there anybody who's got like I said, he needs a guy like a Spiro Agnew. He needs somebody who's an enforcer. But maybe that's Stephen Miller. I don't know. Maybe it is somebody, who can kill people within the administration.
Stephen Miller's pretty hardcore. Could be. Speaking of England, this is not England. It's next door, though. And as bad or worse, you got Conor McGregor. It looks like he's officially
what's he doing? Oh, good. Are they going to arrest him?
Our hope for the future and the general well-being of Irish citizens nationwide has decreased dramatically, whereby we have seen the homelessness of Irish children risen to levels unprecedented, proving this government's refusal to abide by and respect our proclamation, and where all children of Ireland are to be cherished. Instead, our children abandoned. This incompetent failure of future generations has been accompanied with an intense influx of mass migration into an already severed system. Our tourism has sharply declined, while danger on our streets has risen. Ireland, as a master of martial combat, a solution-driven man, you will hear me speak on a problem but once, then it is action towards solution. I urge all our citizens to be of the same. Today, Ireland, I am outside these gates of these appointed officials, but as your head of state, you empower me to enter these buildings on your behalf. A president face-to-face with government officials with only one priority: to ensure that the country our founding fathers gave their life for is strictly adhered to on behalf of its citizens.
Anyway,
are they going to indict him immediately, or how does he?
I don't know how it works in Ireland. It is a different country than England. I always get confused. Northern Ireland is part of the UK, but Ireland, where he is separate. But from what I've heard, because I don't live there, they're even farther ahead down the woke train and everything else than England. And
Scotland's the craziest. Scotland put up the Palestinian flag yesterday. They put it over their capital. They said, "We endorse Palestine. Let's go. Here's the flag. Put it up." Scotland's, I think, the leader in this crazy movement.
That's part of the UK. So it's a race, man. It's a race. Yeah. I mean, you got Canada here saying, "Hey, don't forget about us, eh?" And then Australia, who gets the memo late. So even when they're turning, I don't know. I
would get out of this Five Eyes thing as soon as possible. I wouldn't trust these rats as far as I could see them.
Yeah, that's true.
There's too many snakes in there. What does he do for us, Five Eyes? Should be just two eyes, our own two eyes.
Yeah, or just literally one.
I don't think we need any of these countries in terms of intelligence gathering. I mean, we need Israel. Who else is going to help us over there? They all hate our guts.
This is true. This is true. They absolutely do. Oh God, this is a great feel-good story I meant to share before.
Oh, I need one.
Oh yeah. No, I love this. Hold on. This woman. Okay, I guess this woman went to Venice, and there was a pickpocket, and they grabbed her, purse and everything. but she had her AirPods in her purse.
Oh, good
and
one.
she used Find My, like the Apple Find My stuff, to track him down. And look, she's got a hold of this. Her hair.
Oh, very good.
My purse with my passport in it.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Girl, I have 8 kids. You're not getting to me.
Good one.
I love that line. I have 8 kids. You're not getting to me.
That was a good line.
Call them. Okay. You're the one speaking. That's right. Let's get the police and maybe I'll get my passport back. I don't even care if you leave cash.
Oh, very good.
I don't
Look
even
at that.
care
Very
if you
cute.
leave cash. Thank you, sir.
All right, so
that's a good one.
It is very good, and the bottom line, what I love about this is she held on to that woman's or that kid. I mean, she's practically a kid.
Yeah.
For like 45 minutes.
Love that.
Or an hour. I forgot, but it was a really long time.
So this guy used the thing you said from Apple, the
Find My.
What's
Or
that?
Find My.
Pod.
Or
What's it
AirTag.
called? The pod. The tags.
Well, the AirTags.
AirTags.
Yeah.
LAX guy comes to the terminal yesterday. Comes to the baggage terminal. They said at the last minute, now carousel 5. He had to go over to carousel 5. No luggage. He's got the AirTags in the luggage. He contacts the police in the terminal police, and the AirTags are on the move. And on the move, it's going from the terminal, from the baggage terminal at LAX to the Uber island where you have to go to get an Uber. So he's following on foot, watching his tags, and he races to where it is, and he sees that it's still moving, his own bags. He's with the LAX police. A little bit outside of the airport is a boarded up house, and it's inside that house, the tags, and in the window, he sees the guy. This is a gay guy from West Hollywood, by the way. He sees the guy in the window with his clothes on. And the police take him down and arrest him. One of the best AirTag stories of all time, just from this week at LAX. Just a great story of success on how to get your stuff back, like this story. The other story, I'm sorry, the other story I wanted to mention was a black nurse who was robbing patients who was dying on video. She took his Rolex watch, took his money out of his pocket on the security video, is arrested outside the hospital, and is giving grief to the cops and demanding to show her the proof. And the cop said, "Oh, you're going to see it, lady." So she was put into handcuffs, robbing a guy who was dying of his Rolex and his cash.
Yes, I just saw that.
Yes, in a similar storyline to these. I think I sent it to you earlier today. It's there's video of her doing the crime. And I assume it's not the first time, Eric, because she literally takes the Rolex off of his wrist and then takes the money out of his pockets and puts it in her own. She's wearing the hospital, blue orderly uniform.
Yeah, I'm looking for that right
now.
Because I remember seeing that. And while I'm trying to track that down through the different texts and everything, what was it? Midwest Safety. If you ever want to just, check out some amusing stuff, Midwest Safety has the police body cam footage from the different arrests. And on there, they had a similar case with AirTags. And there's somebody sitting outside this house waiting for the cops. So he's like, pull up in the driveway. He's like, yeah, it's in one of these 2 houses. And they go in, and they get the people finally to get it, and inside that house is like just stolen.
Right. The LAX one was fascinating because they literally went on foot to a burned out house near the airport and were putting the clothing on. Now, these were 2 gay guys, so they had very upscale designer clothing, not unlike Armani, who passed away yesterday, by the way, at the age of 90 something or other. But I'm sure there was Armani stuff in that luggage.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I mean, well, one of them could have worked.
I'm getting those tags. I'm getting those tags, Eric.
Yeah, I have them.
You do?
Yeah. Especially for traveling overseas.
Yeah. Well, traveling anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much. It costs like $25 per.
I'm going to get them because it's so funny. We were just talking about LAX the other day, how this used to be an epidemic and now it seemed to go away. And here this story pops up again that they literally did this the other night.
Problem is that, well, I guess hopefully they don't bother reading the news very much because eventually they'll be onto it. It's like, let's look for the air tags before we.
Well, how can you hide it in the thing?
I don't know. I think it could read off of other phones or whatever when they get
right. But you'd also have to get somewhere and break open the sealed luggage. So that's you can't really do that in midair. You know what I mean? Like once you steal the luggage, you got to wheel it away. And I think a lot of the stealing is because it's got wheels on it.
Sure. And it's easy. I mean,
yeah.
If you just look at the situation, whenever you pick up your luggage at the airport, does anybody stop and say, "Hey, is that your bag?
Never.
Can I see your tag?"
Not anymore. You used to be you couldn't get out you couldn't get out the door unless you had the luggage ticket.
Exactly.
You used to have that separate luggage ticket to show them.
Yeah. And now it's just walk out.
It's every man for himself now.
I totally agree. I'm not finding that. I saw that earlier and I don't know why it's not.
I was just looking at it. I thought I sent it to you. Let me see.
I think you did, but I don't see it.
I was just watching it.
Okay. Yeah. I don't
even know what happened to it. But I did want to talk about this thing in LA. There's two things that happened this week about federal intervention in Los Angeles, which I didn't realize is humanly possible. What the Fed is doing quietly here in LA is intervening on things that I never knew even existed. They sent in a task force. It might seem like a minor thing, but I was telling Eric before the show, they sent in a task force to physically seize the abused dogs of the homeless on Skid Row last week. And again, the city is in a tizzy because the federal government is doing things that the city has never done and the county's never done. They literally sent in a task force to take away these dogs, these abused dogs from the homeless who are living in their tents and chained to pipes and shit like that. And I thought, wow, that was a good move, right? And today, front page of the LA Times, is this story about Trump is building housing for the veterans in LA. And their complaint is they're doing it behind a wall of secrecy and they're not letting the county and the city get involved in this. President Trump's executive order calls for housing for 6,000 veterans in West LA. And it's winning support across political divisions, which the LA Times is not happy about it. There's a 388-acre campus, and they're going to build housing for 6,000 veterans, Eric. Just an astounding, quietly being done. Trump on the executive order, which I didn't even know he signed, calling for the National Center for Warrior Independence to house thousands of veterans in West Los Angeles has gained widespread support, including among his political opponents. Of course, how can you be opposed to it? But this is another one of these issues that's like an 80-20 issue, Eric. This time they want in on it, and he's not letting them in. In other words, they want to throw in their 2 cents, and he's saying, sorry, I don't need your help.
Oh, if it's federal money and
it's federal money, federal land, and it's veterans.
Yeah. No, I agree. All right, I found our friend here.
They're not gonna miss it, but he's basically dead.
You don't think they're gonna want to pass that watch down to his son?
This is bullshit.
Wow.
How we doing today? Leaving work with some merchandise?
No. Can I help you, officer?
I was just watching some very interesting video footage from your work. Mind if I search you? Empty your pockets right now.
Can I have some sort of warrant?
You're making this way harder than it has to be. Huh. What do you know? That looks just like the Rolex that was stolen from the nursing home that you work at. Yep.
I don't.
There's the money.
Are you happy? Can I go now?
Absolutely
I
not. Would
always
you care to
love
explain
that.
this?
Explain what?
This happens to so many of them. Can I go now? Are you done?
Yeah, they're just
All right,
in
let's go.
shock that they'd ever be detained for anything on the earth.
Where did these come from?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, they're just in shock, and then they start crying, and then they start yelling. It seems like a step-by-step process. It's the same.
Well, obviously, it's worked for them in the past. That's why I repeat.
My mother, who was working in as a head nurse, was working in this senior care facility. She had to quit because all of these nurses below her were stealing all the meds for their boyfriends right in front of her. And she said, "I am the boss." And they said they didn't give a fuck. So she resigned. I mean, it was unworkable, the situation. But there's such a criminal element among these nurses who take these jobs intentionally to prey on the vulnerable.
Well, I would kind of be worried about it too, because if your mother was in charge, one of them could be like, "Yeah, she knew. Yeah, she let it," and all of a sudden, she can be charged as the quote.
Oh yeah, no, that's why she
all
quit.
These nurses will
she
turn
quit.
on her.
They were breaking into the med cabinets right in front of her face. They just told her to go fuck herself. They didn't give a shit at all. They just said, "Go fuck yourself." And it wasn't even for them. They were stealing all the pain meds, and it was all for their boyfriends who were dealers.
Wow, that is sad.
And she went back to college for this, and she went to nursing school late in life. I'm talking about she was already in her 50s doing this, and went and got this job nearby, West Palm. And she went to graduation. It was a big deal, and she got this great job as the head nurse. And this was the end of it.
Yeah, no, she was probably smart to get out of there. By the way, I saw this earlier. I had to laugh. It's not only Cracker Barrel that's having problems with the redesign, or they're not the only ones who want to do a redesign. We have the city of Austin itself.
What?
The city will be getting a new look.
Oh boy.
For the first time in Austin's history, we will have a logo to represent the city's services and unify us as one organization, one Austin. We will go from this.
That looked good.
To this.
What the hell is that?
Does that not look like your
Autism.
insurance company? I mean, it looks like some sort of healthcare company or something.
I see the word autism in there. Yeah, I don't know. When I see it like that lettering, I see autism.
I mean, it's.
Oh, you just have to move the S. Yeah, if you move the S after the I, it's autism.
Yeah.
And it has a healthcare vibe. You're right. Maybe that's why I see the word autism. Think
HMO,
about it,
that's
folks.
what I was thinking of. It looks like your HMO.
It also has a medical vibe to it. You're right.
It's so freaking weird. Now, of course, this brilliant design and all that, it's not free. I guess
Right.
$1.1 million.
Yeah, to their friends.
that
This is
design.
how they roll. This is exactly how they roll. They all got kickbacks. Going to some NGO, some government organization that they do business with. They do this all the time.
Well, yeah, there you go. So, Rogan, I hope you're enjoying your city.
Yeah.
Because anyway, I saw that and I was like, you've got to be kidding. And then I saw, this is interesting. You've heard of Burning Man, I'm sure. That's
oh yeah. Yeah.
Where all the nerds go.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know if they're nerds, but there's some
rich
type of
nerds.
people that go there.
Oh, a lot of Silicon Valley, all the Google people and stuff, a lot of those. Anyway, they're making a big statement here about Elon Musk, because obviously it's important to them. So they've got a sign here. Now, let's look at the back of that sign. That right there, that
What is
device on the ground, that's a Starlink.
Okay. That's
for
ironic.
for getting internet, etc. Yeah, this is why it's ironic. Is they're getting power here, internet, and there's the sign.
Oh, that's bizarrely funny. Well, they also, just so you know, on the dark side, underneath the Burning Man, burning effigy man, the actual Burning Man, they found a dead Russian in a pool of blood, and the police didn't know what to do. It's still an unsolved murder from this week. He was found in his own bloodbath, right beneath the burning sign, the burning effigy of the Burning Man, and it's still an unsolved murder today.
Whoa!
You see that?
I literally just found it. His father's breaking silence.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess that's him.
Yep.
Vadim Kruglov.
And it was obviously murder. This was not a drug. He was bludgeoned to death.
Oh my Lord. And there's his dad. That's
yeah. Imagine that. I mean, your kid goes to Woodstock and gets eliminated.
Yeah. Oh, that's horrible. No, I had not heard.
No. I meant that's where I thought you were going with that Burning Man story, because this thing's been on the news out here all week.
I have not seen that one. I mean, I missed it, but wow, that's terrible. It's terrible. I saw this.
And also somebody gave birth, so it's you give a life.
The life cycle in one place.
In one festival.
Yeah, all right. It just cracked me up. You've seen Congressperson Fields before, right?
Yeah, I know. Is she like a one-note congresswoman or congressman?
Well, let's listen.
We will not take a lecture on decorum from a party that incited an insurrection. I appear to live rent-free in the minds of some of my Republican colleagues.
That's enough. I just loved Adam Carolla's comment. Why does this chick's voice sound so weird?
That's funny. That's funny.
I just like, okay, that is perfect.
That's you don't have to hear the rest of it, but
no, not really.
What bathroom does she get to use?
Men's, because
The
they
men's
ruled
baths,
on
right,
it and they threw a complete tantrum. I forgot.
She may have one in her office, though. Don't some of them have a bathroom, depending on?
I think so. I think most of them do, but
they probably do. But what does she do when her trans friend show up all the time? All her trans.
Well, they can use her.
Oh, they use hers. Okay,
Yeah.
It's a happy ending.
Oh,
I hate to say the word happy ending, but nevertheless, there might be a happy ending to this story.
Yeah. Speaking of your friend Drew, he was on News Nation defending Bobby Kennedy. I don't know if you saw that.
He was on Finnerty the other night talking about the vaccine and COVID also. So it might have been the same night.
It could be.
Yeah.
You have the guy in Florida standing up and saying, no vaccines are going to be recommended. None.
Chris, he said no mandates. Do you have the
Oh my God, so stupid, Cuomo.
Drew, hold on, Drew. I'm gonna bounce this to Jessica. I know, Drew, and you're telling me that you think as a question of science, and I'm going to let Jessica answer it right now because she's more qualified. But if your position is, oh yeah, you don't need to make kids have to take certain vaccines to go to school, it'll be okay, just leave it to their doctors. I don't buy that at all, and our experience doesn't buy it. But Jess, you give your take, and then Drew can respond.
Sure.
I mean, I think this is interesting that this happens all the time. What a lot of people will do is they'll say, oh, we don't have the data, we don't have the science, kind of relying on people to not know that we do have a lot of good data to establish these recommendations. I mean, Dr. Drew brought up the Hep B vaccine. Experts in that area consistently discuss how we have good data and why the Hep B vaccine is given. And I mean, even Senator Cassidy was having a debate this week.
Is the child going to go out and step on a needle? Is the child going to use IV drugs? Is the child going to have sex with a drug user? Is the child's mother have hepatitis B? No, because we test for that. Why are we giving hepatitis B vaccine? And again,
she doesn't get it.
Bioethical standard.
That's such a perfect answer.
It's a great answer by Drew. I mean, it's just insane. I mean, these things are being done for money. There's only one purpose. Stop taking the bait from these douchebags. This is about money and the teachers union, as was pointed out earlier. They're in bed with these cats.
I totally agree. And just so people understand, this is not Drew, like he's been saying it the whole time. He has completely turned.
Yeah.
Because he was on a show with Mark and I saying how Dr. Fauci was his hero.
Oh,
so in 4 years, he's had a complete arc over.
Well, part of that is his support of RFK Jr. and working with him.
And learning,
Yeah.
I mean, and discovering. It's like he is far more qualified. And I love his answer when he's just like, why?
Well, it's about the spike proteins with the COVID vaccine and COVID itself. So what a vaccine does is it fakes out your system. And in other words, let's say there's a live polio vaccine. In the live polio vaccine is live polio in a small amount, thereby deceiving your antibodies and creating antibodies based on the live polio vaccine in small amounts being in your system. People do die every year from the live polio vaccine, by the way, which is why Jonas Salk was so opposed to it. Jonas Salk's polio vaccine, the Salk vaccine, has a dead virus inside of a dead polio virus, and it tricks the body system. And that polio virus is killed, what's known as a killed virus vaccine. Albert Sabin's vaccine was live polio, and that had to be refrigerated all across Africa and other areas of the world, thereby keeping polio alive. But in addition to it, because of people's own immune system, every year people die in numbers from taking, this is just an aside, I'm not saying not to take it or anything, they die from taking the live polio vaccine because you're getting polio. It's just a fact. I mean, and yet
they had a lot of it in Russia, right? Because they,
and also because once they switched to the Sabin vaccine, it had to be refrigerated because it's live, and it's difficult to go into Africa and administer a live vaccine with refrigerated product.
That's true.
But the thing with the spike proteins is it's like a ticking time bomb in a lot of these kids' hearts, and that's what's causing problems with myocardial situations and spike proteins. And both the vaccine and the disease have spike proteins in them.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's true. So anytime you plant the vaccine, they go, no, it was COVID that did it. And
right. No, but that's not true, because the spike proteins may last between, according to Drew and others, RFK Jr., the spike proteins may last in your system from the vaccine for 10 to 20 years, thereby creating a ticking time bomb for people who could have just gotten COVID and passed and gotten over it on their own natural immunity, which is really the essential argument that people are discussing now.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of coroners, medical examiners who've come out and talked about what they're pulling out, and it's some really creepy stuff.
Yeah.
More super chats. Dick Dickerson said RFK Jr. made Pocahontas his bitch.
Yeah, thanks, Dick. Yeah, that was true too. They have this chick is unbelievable. I mean, she has made so many enemies unnecessarily, and she's in a safe state and blah blah blah.
More on
I think Sununu may be running, by the way, up in New Hampshire, according to some sources, for a Senate seat.
Really? I thought he said no. So
I know, but now there was a whole story yesterday. He's rethinking it
because he's got a shot. I mean, from my understanding, he's got a real shot. Robert Belt said Liz Warren's new name is
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, she's such an idiot. Pew Pew is in the game, gifting 10 America's Untold Stories memberships. Thank you, Pew Pew. We always appreciate that. You are super generous. Dick Dickerson, Eric, the people of Chicago asked for the troops.
There's tons of men on the street interviews begging for reinforcements to save their lives.
Well, Memphis has lives too. Anyway, whatever. We did the poll. Kimmy Hunt. Yes, the governor of Louisiana asked for help. He mentioned today that he might go into Portland because of the besieged ICE facility.
Oh, he being Trump, you're saying, and not the governor.
Yeah, I'm confused by that because I don't think
it's two separate ideas. I think she's putting two separate thoughts together. That would be great. Portland would be a great location for this. They need help in the worst way up there. There's such a sick society.
By the way, that counts in two places. Both Portlands, probably.
No. They're referring to the insanity with Antifa up in
Oregon.
Portland, Oregon. Yeah, it's been out of control for 5 years.
Well, ask Andy. No. K Digital. Oh, I think this is the Kenya. Ruth Payne is the last crucial tie to JFK to die.
No, Marina. I mean,
yeah, Marina, and then Buell, as you pointed
Frazier. There's a bunch of them.
Mike Schaefer. Per chat, we could use a good untold story. ? Okay. Let's see. JS. Pharma. Companies cannot market like other companies. There are pharma guidelines in place. It's a farce as the big core companies pour tons of dollars to media for message control, making meds more dangerous.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely right. Thank you for that. If you're selling a product like a Toyota, you know what I mean?
Right.
There's your Toyota, there's your money for it, there's your CPM, your cost per thousand, and then you can measure how many sales you had.
Yeah, like
There's
the
no-
iPhone. You're going to be a ton of ads for iPhone coming up next week. New one comes out. Go buy one. And yeah.
Right, but I'm saying it's measurable on the part of the authorities
Sure.
involved, the ad agency, the company. This is not about selling a product. This is about controlling a message.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't deserve to have a license given to them by the FCC to do it.
Well, that's why I wanted to say earlier too. That's why they advertise these weird products where you're like, how many people in the world are talking about like a reverse anal drip or something? It's like these medicines they're coming out with. You're like, is that even a made up condition? What the hell is that? They're so off the edge. You're like, there's no way that you're going to get enough customers on network TV to cover the cost of the ad. So it has to be a money laundering, blackmail,
Well, there's also
scheme,
just generic ads where it says CBS Evening News is brought to you by Pfizer
Oh,
without a product. That's what I'm talking about, because what you're talking about is a separate ad campaign on the cable channels that drive traffic into a doctor's office with the referral for the anal reticular cream. And by then, they begin an incentive program with the doctors per prescription with trips to the Bahamas, golf clubs, and everything else if they get to X amount of prescriptions for this new drug. That's a separate insane problem that should be illegal as well.
Right. Well, some of those I think are such edge cases.
They are. No, they definitely are. But they're trying to break.
break.
They're trying to break a new drug, so they incentivize it with the physician by saying to him, "If you hit these marks, 1,000 prescriptions, 1,500, there's different rewards." The salesman literally comes into your office saying, "A trip to the Bahamas is in your future if you hit 2,500 prescriptions for this new drug." That can't be legal any longer.
I don't think it is. I think that is illegal.
Okay, well, that's news to me because that's the way it's always been.
Right. Yeah, they have been cracking down on that because a lot of doctors depended on that.
If there are any doctors out there, please let me know if that's true or not. I work in a doctor's office. Please let me know, because the salesmen who come in have a lot of gifts to give. They just don't show up and say, "We'd like you for no reason at all to start giving out prescriptions to this bizarre drug." They have to come in with an incentive for the doctor. And the ashtray isn't cutting it anymore. Or the syringe pen that I love so much. That I like, that syringe pen.
Yeah, I know it's a huge problem, but I think they have cracked down on a lot of the pharmaceutical reps, what they're allowed to do or not do. But anyway, it's all bad. Pamela Clifton, thank you very much. You're always super loyal, and we do appreciate that. K-Dog, make AUS a nonprofit. Another great show.
Well, yeah, we could get grants.
We struggle to get profit.
We get grants.
Right
It's not profit right now.
Yeah. It's what it is, but you're helping us.
Yeah,
We've been
demonetized more times than Russia.
Oh, which we do appreciate. Jan McGill, can you do a show about Neil Diamond, one of my favorites of all time? Guessing there ain't no drugs in his background. LOL.
I know Bob Dylan loves Neil Diamond, and Ratso and I have never really understood it. I don't know if Ratso digs him now or not, but I never really got the attraction.
Well, Bob Dylan also likes Gordon Lightfoot.
Yeah, I mean, he's legitimate, but the Neil Diamond, Gordon Lightfoot is a legitimate folkie. The Neil Diamond thing, he's kind of a Vegas showman, and I never really understood. Other than that, I don't know what I'm missing with Neil Diamond, to be honest with you. It seems like a bunch of these different Vegas show guys, but Neil Diamond is just one that Bob has always loved.
All right, well, I guess so. He's good at it. Randy H, great show, Eric and Mark. Thanks. And he's been a member for 23 months, almost to 2 years, man. Thank you.
Yeah. What's that? Is refrigerator in there?
I can't quite see it from my screen, but could be. As long as it's not a freezer with a corpse like in some of the police body cam footage. Yes, I've seen some body cam.
Has anybody seen Double Jeopardy? I was watching this last night.
Oh, is that with Ashley
Judd and
That's pretty
Tommy?
good.
One of the worst movies I've ever seen. This thing had more plot holes than a Swiss cheese sandwich. It was so crazy that I hadn't seen it, or I never saw it. I don't know if I've ever seen it, but it's kind of dated. Holy crap, is this a crazy movie? With Bruce Greenwood as the husband, who played JFK in 13 Days. I think he played JFK a couple of times, or he played Bobby Kennedy once. Robert Greenwood, who I believe is Canadian. A great actor, plays the husband, and it's just got a lot of plot holes in it. It's a A-list Bruce Beresford directed movie, but holy crap, does it have plot holes?
Okay, I thought it was another movie. All right.
Well, it was a big thriller at the time. I mean, it's not a small movie, but wow, that was tough to watch.
All right. Let's see. K Digital. Again, I bet Deep State have already cleared out any documents from Ruth Payne's house. Probably years.
Well, we'll
ago.
find out on Tuesday what's left in the house.
And that's true. And I'm sure that it happened decades ago.
Yeah. I mean, she's working with them, not against them. I mean,
right.
She
It's
works
like,
for
turn in
them.
your badge when you leave, you know? I mean,
Yeah,
it's like,
she's
yeah,
working for them, not trying to deceive them.
Dan Hack. Where Mark Bell? 2 subscribers. Is it where's Mark's Bell for subscribers? Maybe that's it.
You know, I just want to say something to Dan Hack. We're not the Enigma machine here, bro. How many words are you allowed on these things, Eric? Is it a word thing per dollar or something?
Well, it is a word thing, but I think there might be.
I see a lot of them don't form a sentence. I think it's some sort of secret code.
Well, there are limits on super chats. Like the more you give, the longer it can be. But
okay, right. So they're truncating. They're truncating to save money.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
which I understand.
Okay.
But
is it really that short, or
no? I mean, there's room for a couple more
like how many
syllables in there. I don't have it down, but it's probably like 40 word.
Okay.
40,
Well, that's not
50
so
characters.
much.
I don't know. Like an old style tweet. See, tweets are like 200.
Right. There was a limit.
140.
Yeah,
and you know why that was, right?
I have no idea.
Back in the day, texting could only allow so many characters on a phone, and when they made Twitter, they were basing
electronically.
Period, because it's the number of packets that would go through the phone line from a phone to another.
Gotcha.
And they thought, okay, well, we're going to create this platform and run it as a similar thing, and people would actually use texting to do Twitter in it, and then they expanded. Now the characters are, it's kind of just a false ceiling.
Do I have to renew this membership? What am I getting for this membership?
Which one?
The Twitter one. The X.
Well, your girlfriend.
Who?
Grok.
Oh, all right. But there's other places. You sent Perplexity to me I could use, right? Or
well, yeah, there's Perplexity, there's ChatGPT, there's
right. So that's all I'm getting is Grok?
Well, you're getting Grok as part of it. You're also getting
I like Grok.
Your tweets are supposed to be amplified. You get fewer ads on your timeline.
I mean, I'll do it, but they're asking me 6 months in advance to renew. I mean, it's just like every day now.
Are they giving you a deal? I don't know.
No, it doesn't seem like it, Eric.
Oh, and if you want to get monetized, you have to be a paying member to be monetized down the road.
Okay.
So I don't know. JS. Oh, here we go. I'm a drug rep.
Thank you.
Pharmacy's guidelines stopped doctor payoff practice. Pfizer's and Merck were the worst offenders. It is illegal to incentivize doctors to script drugs. Fit the drug rep can go to prison. Okay. So that sounds like what I said was correct, that they did stop that. So thank you, JS.
It's also that I was correct about it. The practice, which I thought was always.
Oh, no. I know it went on, but I thought that they made it illegal. I don't know how many years ago it was, but it.
Yeah, I don't get Brain Candy's newsletter. What was the name of the Brain Candy? Was the name of the movie by the Kids in the Hall. Great movie, by the way. Totally recommended this weekend for HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s testimony. I recommend Brain Candy. Absolutely brilliant send up of Big Pharma. Tip of the hat to our Canadian comic friends up there.
Who were very influential in Saturday Night Live back when it was good, and SCTV, and a lot of Canadian.
And Rick Moranis,
Dan Aykroyd, right?
Danny came out of Second City, but Belushi came out of Second City too. But he was
right. But Danny's a Canadian.
He also thinks he's an alien, which is a separate issue. But the Rick Moranis parody of George Carlin, I recommend finding that because it's hysterical.
Okay. All right, Beavis Wallace is coming in hot. I love this. Howdy, Governor Wallace's grandson here.
See, he gets it. Thank you, Beavis. Somebody gets this joke finally.
Yeah, he does it himself. He took it. He just stole your thunder, though, Mark.
No. For 100 clams, you could.
That's true. That's true. He could buy that thunder. Anyway. Doctors are definitely not allowed to take bribes from pharma. They now send beautiful female reps to our offices that bring coffee and food for the staff.
Okay.
They also hire physicians to give lectures at fancy restaurants.
I forgot about that. Thank you. I forgot about that last sentence. That's how they're giving them the money now, because those numbers are uncheckable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I they can kind of slide it over. It's like, oh no, they're giving a message.
Yeah. They go to one of these soirees and give a little speech, and they get $2.5 million.
Mm-hmm. It's like a former president, right?
Yeah.
It's good tradition. Randy,
what do you think happened to his head? You see that thing on Biden's head? It's got like a 7-inch scar on his skull that's been obviously stitched up. I think he fell down. People were looking at it while they were saying Trump was dead. That was to offset the Biden 7-inch sewn up scar on the right side of his upper scalp.
Wow. Do you ever just find yourself forgetting about Biden? I mean, I literally do. It's like he's so irrelevant. It's like,
well, like we said, like we both said, there are no more paydays for him. That lawyer's black thing that he got paid for is going to be a rarity. That's when he was in the news because he got a payday of whatever they paid him, the black lawyers conference. But that is going to be rare. So if you don't see him, there's no money going towards him or his crime family.
I agree. But what I'm saying, though, is let's compare and contrast, because right after Biden left office, within like a week or two, I just kind of forgot the guy even existed.
Yeah, it dropped off.
Whereas Trump, when he was out of office in 2020, he was always there. He was always a specter overshadowing.
Look at Obama.
He's always there. Yeah. So I'm just saying it is.
Well, not so much Bush Jr. He kind of went to the ranch, started painting.
That's
remember?
True.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah,
I agree on that. But
I think Bush Sr. is dead the last time I looked, so he's not it.
Jimmy
Carter lingered for fucking decades. He was in the news.
Actually, Jimmy Carter and Biden's send-off is very similar, because I think Jimmy Carter was completely forgotten too, very soon after.
But he came back with Housing for Humanity, and he was in the news all the time.
Yeah, with that stuff, but not as president. It was like, I think he's more.
Neither one's president. Neither one is president. But Carter was in the news to the day they pulled the plug on that prick.
Okay, well, I guarantee Biden will show up in news, but nobody will think about it. It's like, okay. In other news, blah, 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 blah. Randy H. It's my cat Spazzy laying on the shelf in a garage. LOL.
Oh, I see that now. I see that. Yeah. In a garage. I could see that. Right. Gotcha. I thought it was some fish wrap in your refrigerator or something.
Very funny. Okay.
Go Spazzy.
This last one you might enjoy. Dan Hack. I think you misspelled the name, but is that Valerie Jarrett on your shirt?
Oh, that's funny. That's a reference to Roseanne Barr.
Yep.
Roseanne Barr, who we're going to do an episode on What's Up with Lord Buckley.
All right.
Once we get to her, because we've We've got Jackie the
Collins,
Joke
yeah.
Man coming on Wednesday, direct from Long Island, explaining how in 2001 his salary, he went on strike to get a increase in his salary, Eric, and it went bad. He I'll just tell you this. Jackie the Joke Man was making $538,000 a year from Howard Stern and demanded $1 million in a pay hike. And they counter-offered $650, Infinity Broadcasting. And he turned them down and he held out and they said, okay, we're done. And that was the last time Jackie worked. And that was back in 2001.
Ouch.
Yeah. Then he came back and said, my lawyers did it and not me. And they said, sorry, time's up. They gave him a ticking clock ultimatum, midnight that week. It passed and blah, blah, blah. And we're going to talk about that on Wednesday with Jackie.
Ouch. Well, that's next Wednesday. Yeah.
That's this coming Wednesday. Yeah. But
For
Tuesday.
now, people can listen or watch Sam Kinison, which already happened. It's available now.
Kinison did happen. And the following one we're doing is Gilbert Gottfried, my old friend. Gilbert, we're going to get into him. And then what's his name's coming on? Dave Rubin to talk about the history of stand-up comedy.
Okay.
Just a complete comedy episode with Dave Rubin on how he became a stand-up and who he was influenced by.
Interesting.
Yeah, weird.
All right. I interviewed John Barelick yesterday about the station fire. It's a second interview on the station fire, that the Great White Concert where 100 people died. Really, the worst rock concert or modern concert disaster in history. And over 300 people injured, 100 people dead, or injured or dead. Either way, a lot of victims, really horrible situation. And folks, you may find that interesting. We broke down how do you get $176 million when you have defendants that have no money? So that was a interesting exploration how they got a settlement for the people at all. And we broke down the details. But for now, we are going
Tuesday.
to
I just want to remind people Tuesday that we're going to get into Ruth Payne with our director friend Max Good. So that's why we're not really going deep today, because we're going to go deep on Tuesday.
Absolutely. So if you aren't coming to Locals, which by the way, you can be a member there for free. And you can also pay to support, get other items like soon to be released, soonish, the LBJ audio drama. We've got the Lee Harvey Oswald 5-part audio drama on there. So we have 10 hours of that. Other documents, things like that. Your own chat where you participate. You can have a private chat, not get into a war with other people. Interesting personalities. We're going to head there right now. Yep, with right after this message from Agent Mulder.
Mulder
of the X-Files.
Hello, I am Agent Mulder with the FBI, and we have terrible news. A large sum of you are unfortunately infected with the strange supernatural disease that is keeping you from subscribing to this channel. I'm here to tell you that the only way to break free is to subscribe, and you should do so immediately. But if you don't, you must not worry. The FBI will be paying you a visit.